that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more.
Do you mind not typing in chat? You make me think there's somebody there. Hello! Welcome to the Flesh and Blood podcast. I'm Siobhan. That's Eddie, over that way, with a great t-shirt. And that's Brian, who's trimmed himself. He's given his face a Brazilian. I can hear myself.
I was just checking we could hear you.
Right, yeah. Well, it's coming up on the thingy here. Hello, Brig Lover. Last week, if you go to last week's show on YouTube, you may have noticed a slight itty-bitty problem with my sound. I would like to say it was deliberate, as a means of furthering our professionalism and high standards, but it wasn't. It's just Streamlabs, the program that streams this to the internet, decided to stop recognising my microphone, and I didn't notice. So for the whole of that episode, these two are basically talking to me, and I'm silent. But I am going to say this: go and look at Mary Wade from the Peter Davison set. Time one of the founding mothers of Australia. There we go. I wanted to actually get that out because it made me learn things.
So we're not going to get the silent treatment tonight then? You're actually going to talk to us?
I hope so, yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
Was
it something we said?
Last week?
Well, the thing is, you could hear me last week. No one else could.
I think that's why it was highly rated.
So it's down to you, chat. If you want me to mute my microphone for the rest of the show, just put an X.
No.
I don't mind. Makes
Siobhan
life really
will
easy
then
for me.
Communicate in the language of interpretive dance.
Action image exchange. Or legs akimbo. I'm not sure which. One or the other. Right. The week. How has the week been? We look at Brian and we say, how's the week been?
It's been good. It's
Why?
been very good. I have a new bookcase. I've been filling it up with lots of things that I have
That aren't books.
now room for. Oh, books? Never.
And you're getting another one, aren't you? Because, I mean, there's a bit of all the other side it would match.
I might need another one for the other side, yes. A fourth.
So your hideous obsession is doing really well. Eddie, how's your hideous obsession doing?
It's no new hats. No new hats at the moment.
Good boy.
I'm
Good boy.
I'm fine. I'll be fine.
You see, Brian, that's
Feel the
bravery
buzz?
for you. He's admitted he's got a problem.
Control.
Oh, I admit I have a problem. I'm just not going to stop.
I refuse to enable you. Oh, wonderful. Brig Lovers watching Sapphire and Steel. Not right now, I'm getting. Yes, it is. Yeah. It is very scary, that second adventure in Sapphire and Steel.
The second one is one of the best.
It's
one of the best.
That and the ending, and of course the shape, the guy in the photographs.
Yes,
that's the one.
And if you notice,
yeah.
Joanna's hair is kind of weird in some.
Yep.
We covered this.
Okay. Oh, by the way, did you manage to sort out the Prezi? Brig Lover has been asking about something, you see.
Right.
And so people were suggesting things. Hopefully they're quite useful. Anyway,
Is it a surprise?
Well, I'm not going to say anything because I don't know if the person who it's a surprise for is watching.
We don't want it leaking out due to the ones
Exactly.
of listeners that we have.
Yes, quite so. That would be dreadful. So my week's been interesting. Oh, wonderful, lovely. Oh, what a lovely name, the Reliquary. Yes. So it looks like I might be getting a car.
Ooh.
Fingers crossed.
All right, everybody, stay off the sidewalks.
Pavements, love. They're called pavements.
Whatever.
Heathen, degenerate colonial. I can really upset him. Trump supporter.
Ugh, how dare you?
There you go.
That pity-
I went
too
nuclear.
far.
I went nuclear.
Remind me to send you pizza with pineapple on it.
Don't you
for that.
dare! Don't you dare! You foul, foul creature.
Mommy, Daddy, please stop.
He's going to start rocking again. Happy place, Eddie. Happy place.
You
Now,
have
gotta give
Domino's
some-
over there, right? I can send it online.
Right, we've got to do some. Well, we don't have to, but we're going to. A couple of charity shout outs. First things, even though I forgot to say please, Christopher Samuel Stone is the editor of the Professor Howe books, which are about to be put here. Which you can go find at professorhowe.mystrikingly.com. Long scale publications, and it's parody Doctor Who stuff. The Chaotic Courtroom, the Crafty Count, the Furious Foam, the European Exit. Fair enough. There are lots of these, and yes, you may notice that some of the Professor Howes are rather familiar. And basically, they're in aid of children in need, which is a charity over here in this here sort of Britain place that helps out children in need. So there's that. The other thing, what I am actually going to do, hello Radox, is I'm going to hand this one now over to Eddie, who's not expecting this at all. Eddie, tell us a little bit about Scottish Autism, please.
So Scottish Autism is an organisation that looks after Scottish kids, adults, guess where, Scotland. My son Jack, who's my youngest, who's showing my age, is 20, coming up for 21, my God.
I know.
Is severely autistic, and he stays at a residential centre called Ridge Park, which is run by Scottish Autism. We had severe issues and problems with Jack for a good 2.5-3 years. It all seemed to deteriorate for Jack when he left school. He developed epilepsy. Because he can't talk, there was frustrations, hormonal changes. Scottish Autism stepped into the plate and started giving us assistance probably tail end of last year, and they have worked wonders with Jack. They are teaching Jack life skills. They are setting Jack up so that when he's a bit older, he'll have his own tenancy. They will always support him and love people there for him. And of late, Jack is now been allowed out to go a drive with his carers. It's only recently that we've actually been able to actually go and see Jack physically at Ridge Park, and he's thriving. We're seeing shades of the old leaving school Jack back. He's happy, he's contented, he's chilled. They love him. They absolutely dote on him. His carers like Ina and Jim, just seriously, I can't praise them highly enough.
On top of that, they've had to do all this through lockdown.
They've done all this through lockdown. There was little things like obviously during lockdown we couldn't see him, and we always take him out on a Wednesday and we take him out for Sunday lunch. That stopped during lockdown, and they suggested video chats, and we thought, but if Jack sees us in a video chat, that could get him upset, so they decided to let's do it then as a virtual taking him out. So they would have a can of Iron Brew for him, they would have crisps, we would have it the other side, it would make it in a virtual chat. They just totally think out the box, and they come up with ideas like that. During this, they've basically been appraised about how great Jack has coped with lockdown. How he's getting regularly tested and obviously swabs up his nose. We thought that will never work. He's coped with that. So again, I can't praise him highly enough. I put little posts on my Facebook page, and I put a little Just Giving there, and people have been putting in, and I've tried to put some money in as well every month. But when lockdown is finished and I can do something, I'm going to do a kind of sponsored walk. I'm thinking of doing the West Highland Way or something like that. Take some time off work and do a fundraiser for them. So anybody's got any ideas of good fundraising ideas that are not going to kill me too much, please suggest them. But ScottishAutism.com. Look them up. If you can, give them a few shekels. They're fantastic.
24 hours of the Ballad of the Last Chance Saloon on loop.
No, I said something that's not going to kill me. I specifically said something that's not going to kill me. I don't need 24 hours of that. I've got it every single day of the week. 24 hours.
Oh dear. But yes, once we're done here, if you want to pop the link on the Facebook, the Flash and Blade Facebook page.
I will do.
Please. All right.
Well, thank you for showing.
No, I don't think. I just think they're brilliant. I think they're amazing. I really do. All the things you told us over the weeks. Yeah. These are people who really care. So, yeah. All right, come on then. Shall we actually get to... Was there any news this week? No. Okay.
No.
So, and now from the worlds of BBC Television's Doctor Who, it's Doctor Who.
A 24-hour sponsored stream.
That would do it. You're trying to kill me. A 24-hour sponsored stream.
24 hours spent us watching Doctor Who for 24 hours.
No, because it would just be us reacting. Look, I think it's a great idea. We'd need to work out what we're going to do, and I'm going to be honest, I'd want to get some guests in to make it worthwhile. The problem we've got is our audience on Twitch is minuscule. That's the problem.
They're nice, though. I
They're
love
very
it.
nice, yeah, but I mean, unfortunately, nice.
And thank you, Brig Lover. That I just saw your message. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Yeah, it's something we need to look into, because I'm more than happy to do that, but we need to make it a worthwhile endeavour, rather than just something we're going to do and maybe, raise a tenner. I want to do it better than that. So, yeah, we'll look at that, I think. Down to you mostly, Eddie. You can tell us, what do you think? So, yes.
Can I plug the thon?
A pubathon.
24 hours, Joanna Lumley, just like her whole portfolio, everything she's made, just sit and watch. No, it needs to be something.
All three of us will do something different for 24 hours on stream. Eddie, like we've already agreed, will be listening to the Ballad of the Last Chance Saloon on a loop. Brian, you're going to have to watch Life on Mars all the way through. Again, and again, and again.
Wait, American or British?
Oh, British, love. And as for me, well, I'm open to suggestions, quite frankly. I could go wrong. Right.
You'll have to eat pineapple pizza for 24 hours.
Oh, you walked right into that.
Yeah, I did walk into that one, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'd just... No, I'd vomit. Anyway, the third Doctor who's in fact a pre-Hartnell Doctor, and his plucky girl assistant, Jo! Well, they've gone on their holidays down to the seaside. It's really nice.
Aww.
Mr. Robbins has got his boat there, and he's taken him over to the island. It's a good island, it is. It's Fortress Island. Why is it Fortress Island? Well, the Doctor and Jo...
Isn't it a thinly disguised Alba?
Alba?
Yeah, where they exiled Napoleon.
No.
Oh.
Sorry. Anyway, you're making me think now, what was the actual place? There's a locations documentary on the DVD of the Sea Devils. There we go, that'll help. Right, so, they're there because the Master's been a bit naughty, and he's been caught and he's been put behind bars. And unfortunately, his governor, George Trenchard, what a man, what a guy, accidentally mentions that some boats have gone missing. Well, of course, Doctor Who goes, "Oh, really? That sounds good." And off we go. Now, I'm going to come straight out and say I absolutely adore the Sea Devils. It's one of my go-to comfort stories. It's just, yes, please. So let's pass over to Brian, who hopefully did watch it on the headphones with his volume up.
I did.
How are your ears?
They hurt a little bit. Okay. I'm a little bit tougher now.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
It's empathy with Ace.
It's more like tetanus. You've got that ringing in your ear constantly now.
Yeah. No, I love this. I like how the Master was playing the Colonel the entire time. He's still creepy AF. And this Master, he's got the style. You know?
Yeah.
This is the Master. This
Yeah.
No loony
I don't
rants, mad laughing or jumping up and down.
Right. He's not trying to be the Joker.
No,
He's the
Exactly.
Master.
he's Moriarty.
Yes. And my only complaint is about the design of the Sea Devils themselves, which I understand it's the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. I understand it. Why did they have to look like turtles?
They actually, again, they explain this on the DVD. They basically tried to take possibly a turtle and backwards in time, if you know what I mean, and to see what they could come up with, and that was what they came up with. I mean, it's an iconic monster. I see your point.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's the eyes are painted on and whatever, but it really works.
Something in me just really likes the uniformity of the modern Silurians. I mean,
I'm not.
multiple. I can't get behind the multiple,
I'm not a fan of the modern Silurians. I like Vastra. Yeah, fine. But we've got a synthesizer and we're going to use it. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'll talk about that afterwards. I don't know. They become generic. I'm sorry, but they do. They just become generic. Whereas with the Silurians and the Sea Devils, less so than the Sea Devils, where they're basically master fodder, there are distinct personalities, and it's a Malcolm Hulke script. What do you expect? There's nothing in black and
Yeah.
white. It's all grey, shades of grey. Even Trenchard himself, not a bad man, just
I
fooled.
did notice that they had the exact same peaceful solution as pretty much every other Silurian episode so far. New Who and the previous one.
And this time around, it was the Doctor himself who set it off.
Yeah.
With the only use in the Pertwee era of the phrase, I reverse the polarity of the neutron flow.
The neutron flow.
It's the only time he says it. He says
I had a
it,
little cry when that happened.
says reverse the polarity quite a few times, and a couple of times it's of the neutron flow, Ambassadors of Death, for example. But the reverse the polarity of the neutron flow, that's the only time in the Sea Devils. And then for some reason he can't stop saying it after that. So, Eddie, your thoughts, please.
Oh, this is classic Who. I actually prefer the Sea Devils, the Silurians, the Silurians to the New Who. They're alien. They're different. They are more creatures rather than humans. I just prefer the old-fashioned prosthetics and makeup and costumes. I admit they're of the time, and I was a bit disappointed when they went for more makeup instead of actually costume in New Who. But I love Madame Vastra. I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
She's a classic character.
Oh, yeah.
The
But
whole
that's
thing
just
around
it.
the
She's
Silurian-
got character. Most of the other Silurians and New Who just don't.
They mostly just have the face mask.
That's why I was so happy when they brought back the Zygons. The Zygons were just updated versions,
With
slightly
teeth.
better. Yeah, exactly.
They didn't
Yeah.
look like fetuses so much, though, anymore. Which the original ones did.
I wish they'd went that way more with New Who, but then Madame Vastra would have been harder to explain. But yeah, that's by the by. the Sea Devils coming out of the water. I mean, that's iconic, classic moment. I mean, that's one of the things I always picture. That terrified me when I first watched it. The Silurians coming out of the water.
See, when I saw them coming out of the water, I'm just picturing the director in the back off without the mic yelling instructions to them. And you're swimming and pop the head.
Didn't quite work like that. Unfortunately, the heads are basically hats. And so they had to try and keep them under. And they gradually filled with water. And then, of course, they couldn't hear the director saying action. So, there's that. It's also got one of the best cliffhangers in Classic Who. And I'll fight anyone on this one. It's the end of episode 3, where Joe and the Doctor have escaped the castle. They've run down to the beach. The Master and Trenchard turn up on the top of the cliff. The Master's got his Sea Devil calling device. A load of prison guards turn up in Citron Diane with the doors taken off. They were bonkers, those cars. You could take all the doors off, peel back the roof, you could take the seats out and have a picnic. We used to have one. Citroen used to make bonkers cars. They were essentially for farmers, hence the mad suspension on them. And also that they could just take everything out and just stock, put a load of potatoes in or whatever. I'm drifting. Yes. And then a Sea Devil comes up out of the water. And it's the combination of how well it's shot, how well it's acted, even though it's reaction acting more than anything else. The radiophonics, Brian Hodgson's radiophonics, and Malcolm Clark's music all build up to this... Well, I'm sorry, I'm going to tautologise myself here. Ooh, dear, that was a word. There's just this massive crescendo leading into the Delia Derbyshire scream of the theme tune. And it's an amazing cliffhanger. It really is. It just works beautifully. Sorry.
No, I totally agree. So it's iconic moments like that, and it's get Delgado. I'm so glad we're going back and seeing Delgado as the Master again, because after watching that, there is no other Master. Missy I like, and I don't mind the others, but Delgado just made it his own. He is the Moriarty to Pertwee Sherlock Holmes.
And I would love...
There's no theatrics. There's no comedy. He's just cold, just untrustworthy. And the whole thing of when they go to visit him and he's sitting there and he's...
But he exudes charm as well.
Yes. It's just... He is the yang, the Doctor's yang. And then the relationship between him and the Third Doctor as well. There's a kind of admiration there, but it's just perfect. We lost our Master far too early.
Say again, Brian.
How about the sword fight?
The sword fight, exactly.
Oh, beautiful.
I always find strenuous exercise makes me hungry. Straight into the sandwiches. Now, I don't know if you've noticed Pertwee's sandwich routine yet, Brian, but it normally involves stealing off others. He steals off the Master, he then steals off Joe up at the Naval HQ. Talking of which, another reason I like this one so much, it's a what-if story. What if Malcolm Clark was the regular composer and not Dudley Simpson? What if the Third Doctor worked with the Navy and not the Army? What if things were a little bit more stylised in their design, which obviously they tried to do with the prison stuff? It's a wonderful look at an alternate version of the Third Doctor's run. I really love it. I really do.
And the collaboration with the Navy as well, the boats, everything's on screen, and it really, really looks good.
Yeah.
But for the Delgado, even up to the end when he steals the hovercraft, it's just he's cool as he's evil, he's cool, he's conniving, but I don't know. I have him up there, head and shoulders.
Face.
I'd love to see a serious Master with charm come back You know, so a Delgado master. The thing is, would that sort of character be too melodramatic for a modern show?
In what sense?
Well, it's almost, I mean, Delgado doesn't eat the scenery, thankfully, but it's almost a little bit of moustache twirling. That kind of character is almost a cliche of melodrama. And I'm wondering, they'd have to bring it back and do it really well. I can't imagine them doing it badly, quite frankly. No one's buggered the master up. Except possibly at the end of time.
Oh, quite rightly.
Yeah, I thought we had a bit of a bad deal there. Though, fair dues, he becomes the world. Anyway, so, drifting. What did you think of the incidental music? Brian?
I liked it. It wasn't bad to me.
The whole lot is available, you know.
It can stay there. It wasn't bad.
There's a lovely little suite of it, which they did for the 20th anniversary album. Or possibly the B-side of the originals of the single of the theme tune back in the 70s. I could be wrong, or was that going to be Moonbase 3? I can't remember. Basically, they'd just taken delivery at the Radiophonic Workshop of something they called the Delaware, named after the place where they worked in Maida Vale. And it was this huge, purpose-built synthesizer that took up the length of one entire wall. What you have there is the war between Malcolm Clarke and this very early synthesizer. And those are the results. Mark Ayres, I think, described it as a breakdown in a radio factory. Nervous breakdown in a radio factory. But it's magnificent. It's different, and it really works in places. Again, I mentioned the end of episode 3. Other times it's a little bit intrusive, I will admit. But it's... yeah, I love it. Absolutely adore it. It's funnily enough, they're selling the Sea Forts where the Sea Devils were filmed. For $9 million you get 3. One's a hotel. Ooh, one is... can't remember, it's a thing. And the third one, it's a bit of a doer-upper. I'm tempted to do that and have the doorbell just Malcolm Clarke's music going. It's one of my earliest memories of Doctor Who, the Sea Devils. Especially the stuff in the Sea Fort with the Sea Devil running through the corridors and everything. Where the cameraman is drunk again because it's all tilty-turny. Yeah. It's absolutely adore this. So, what do you reckon, boys? Thumbs up? Have we got anything more to say?
Definitely.
Please keep saying more.
No, just at the ending though, it was just a shame that again it was like the Doctor tries to try and come to a peaceful solution and through a series of circumstances and events, and obviously the Master's manipulation, it doesn't come to be. So it's another one where the Doctor doesn't really win.
And it's another one of the Pertwee civil servants.
Yeah.
You've had
Although
Masters in the Silurians, who's a straight down no nonsense person. We've had Mr. Chin in The Claws of Axos. We've now got Walker. Yeah, least said about him, the better.
Yeah. Likes his food.
Yes, doesn't he just? And that's a point of the direction, you'll notice. Some of the shots of close-ups of him eating. It's, it's nicely done there. I think Michael Ferguson, who directed it, I think so.
Oh, classic coup. Really enjoyed it.
Yep, that's a good one. That's the Sea Devils. Hey, guess what we're doing next week?
I know what we're doing. I figured that out.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but we may as well. Again, this is ripping the plaster off. It's the Peter Davison's sequel to both the stories you've just watched, Brian. We're watching Warriors on the Cheap. Warriors of the Deep. Sorry, Warriors of the Deep. Yes, that one.
This is going to hurt.
4 episodes.
People
Do me a favour.
Oh dear.
I'm trying to work out how we can get you to do this. Is there any way you can film yourself watching episode 4? Please.
Probably.
I want to see your reaction to Ingrid Pitt versus the Merker.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It's gonna hurt.
yeah, that would be very pleasurable, I'll be honest. Your reaction to that.
I'll see what I can do.
Do you like people sounding like they talk on helium?
I work with computers. I don't like people.
Okay. Right,
I work with them for a reason.
I don't think you're going to like this computer. Okay, so that's Warriors on the Cheap next week. For our sins. Right, we also did some listening this week. Sort of. I've had a very strange week. Ending up me not being very well yesterday. And so I've only managed to listen to the first story from the Colin Baker, the Six Doctor and Perry box set, Volume 1. Eddie's listened to the first 3, and Brian's listened to all of them, which is good. So we can still do talking about it, sort of. The first one, I really rather enjoyed. The Diary of a Victorian Adventuress, set deep within the interior. And the Sixth Doctor and Perry are forced to crash land there. They discover an expedition to try and find a lost tribe. And I think, now I don't know the chronology of Perry in Big Finish, but this very obviously is set after she's married Yrcanos, and she's obviously, it's an older Perry travelling with the Doctor, because at one point
They
she
cover
says,
that off later in Monday later.
Well, later in
definitely
the series, they say that they've been together for 12 years.
12 years.
wow, oh, that's, you see, I love that, considering what a bumpy ride they were given by the scripts on telly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what I really enjoy about this story is the fact that Perry comes to the forefront and uses her own skills to make peace, and it's
more of a Nicola Bryant box set than really a Doctor Who box set. She's the focus of a lot of these stories.
Yep. And the last one, which I haven't listened to at all, it kind of, we'll get to it, but it's a kind of explains a lot and covers a lot off to explain the TV Perry, and that's great. No,
Oh yeah.
I'll see no more.
okay. All right. So, what do we think of the first one? Did we enjoy?
Really?
It was a nice examination of how an alien species becomes a native species.
And Colin gets to have a rant against somebody else he doesn't want to meet.
I don't blame him.
No, neither do I.
Oh, I would have punched that guy a long time ago.
And explains his coat. A coat of many colours for a man of many parts. I get the feeling that was a Colin Baker line at some stage they put in.
He does take it off eventually. Because it's 97 degrees and 100% humidity.
Oh God, the waistcoat.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, all right. Once seen cannot be unseen. So the second one, then, boys. What? Tell us what, without giving anything away. What happens?
I had to go on this one.
Remind me about the second one. Sorry. My mind has just went blank. I know I enjoyed it.
Is this the one that's set in a world full of jingles?
Yeah, this is like.
Right, so
I have read the DWM review. So,
Oh no, no, no! The one I enjoyed the most. So the Doctor and
Oh, that's
Perry
nice.
land on this planet where everything is governed around likes and having followers, but the followers are called subs. With the little proviso, though, that if you don't get enough likes or if you get dislikes, it can physically harm you.
it's a bit Black
So the
Mirror,
Doctor's-
isn't it?
Oh, exactly. But there's a race that are looking to land on the planet. They're struggling. They need help, and it is incredibly Black Mirror. It reminded me of that episode from Black Mirror where it's around. It was like you have to have so many likes to get up the social ladder. Pretty much a similar premise, but there's some nice little comedy elements in it as well because they use the people are all chipped and that's how they communicate that the likes and dislikes and followers. And there's little advertisement campaigns that are done there, which the Doctor eventually uses.
The commercial, fantastic.
Yeah. But you wonder why they're doing this, and then by the time you get to the end, it's okay, yep, makes perfect sense. So a nice little indictment of the whole thing around everything nowadays seems to be around false advertising, manipulation of the news. It's
Social
very
media,
current.
cancel
Yeah.
culture.
Absolutely. Very relevant, and for me, the highlight of the box. I really enjoyed
Oh.
it, although I've not listened full to the last one.
Brian?
Pretty much everything Eddie just said.
Okay, moving on to the next one.
Yeah, let's go on with the next one.
Oh, come on, do talking, goddamn you.
No, the fact that it covers cancel culture and social media to such this extent, and the topic, this was done back in November of last year, and it's very relevant to today in August 2020. So
I look forward to listening to it.
it's really
it's good.
good. This entire box set is, boom, zoom, awesome.
To the moon.
To the moon.
Okay, so let's move on to the last one Eddie's listened to the whole of. Story 3. Where something happens, I'm guessing. Does something happen?
Oh, you go with this one, Brian.
All right. This is about an aging golden age star. They're interviewing her up in the 90s, and in walks the Doctor. Materializes right on stage of the interview. And she's like, "Oh, I remember you," and she's talking to him like she knows him. He's never met her before in his life. So
Same
they
with
got
Perry.
the whole
She knows
Yep.
Perry. And
Perry. She knows the Doctor. She knows them in this incarnation. It's the whole River Song going backwards in time thing. So they excuse themselves from the interview, and naturally they go back to 1973 to her final movie, and that's where they actually get to meet her. This movie was never finished. It's called The Beast. It's being directed by her husband. She has a younger understudy in this movie that tends to fade in and out, and it's played by Colin Baker's daughter.
oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I listened to the whole thing on this. She tends to fade in and out so that when they're not thinking about her, she's not there. I know. It deals with temporal paradoxes, which they actually come out and say in the final CD is a lot more Sapphire and Steel, which was what they were going for.
So basically they're fighting time.
They are. There's a creepy ass doctor in it, her personal physician, who keeps hooking her up to this damn machine, and it keeps breaking time with her. It's an alien device. He found it. He modified it. He's trying to put a patent on it and make some money.
Right,
Typical 70s.
we've got to answer Brig Lover's question because she has a tendency to leave early. We're coming to the finale now of 2020. What next, boys? What do you think's next? My money's on Galactus.
Galactus is set for December.
Oh.
Cthulhu is September. Godzilla's August. So
Yeah.
it still has a week.
Okay. So that leaves October and November.
Well, and if you want real world stuff, the south coast of America is about to be hit by 2 hurricanes at once.
Not at
just
once.
really-
There's a 36-hour gap between them, which doesn't help.
Oh no, not 36 hours.
but- oh, that's changed. All right.
When you're dealing with a hurricane.
Yeah. I reckon. November American Civil War.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Around Thanksgiving. That's usually when they happen anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, families get together, families fall out, civil war.
Get together,
Yeah.
fight breaks out. So yeah, it's just gonna get
After the election results, Civil War. That's what I reckon.
November 4th.
You heard it here first, but actually you probably didn't hear it here first. So yeah, we answered that. Eddie, sorry, love, but that story. Do talking, please.
That's the no.
Sorry.
Again, I'm not going to add anything to what Brian said because it will spoil it. But it's a lovely, well told story, and it's the whole thing. It's around. It starts off with the Doctor and Perry meeting this person they don't know her from old. She's an old time actress, and it's just nicely done. And again, another example. Would you agree? Again, so you're not a big fan of the Sixth Doctor, Brian, but again,
No.
they're doing.
The only time I've actually enjoyed the Sixth Doctor is in Big Finish.
But
And
you know what?
I love this box set. I want gangbusters on it.
And the next story, with nice segue, actually then goes back and sets up, for what I've heard anyway, I'm halfway through it, sets us up nicely in terms of explaining why the Doctor may have acted as he did on the TV show.
No. It's more like Perry and the Doctor go to couples therapy.
Yes.
And it's couples therapy in space.
So
And
it's
then
space therapy.
Space couple therapy.
Yes, in space.
And a spaceship that looks like a big cigar.
Cigar. And it's populated by robot Sigmund Freuds.
Freud's.
Oh yeah, this is going good. They're trying to stop an alien invasion. There are aliens going through planets and destroying culture and stuff. And I don't want to spoil this because it's really the twist at the end is amazing.
I'm going to listen to the rest of it after this.
Oh, I've got a job on my hands then. 3
But the
Colin Baker
fact that
stories.
Perry and the Doctor are giving 2 different versions of couples therapy is hilarious. And they put Perry is center stage throughout this entire thing. She is this series. It's starring Nicola Bryant with Colin Baker. And they put her in danger, of course, because, she's the companion. You have to put the companion in. Or did they?
Ooh, we'll finish on that mystery. We'll finish on that. That's a good mystery to finish on. I like that. That's good. That's cool. Next week, so I take it huge thumbs up for the box set from both of you.
Oh yeah.
Just to say though that the views expressed by me are my own and independently my own.
Okay.
I was not paid. This was not a paid for production. Thank you.
No elephants or Pomeranians were harmed within this episode.
Sixth Doctor and Big Finish, 2 thumbs up. I haven't seen.
Talking of
one
thumbs,
yet.
well, you haven't told us how your thumb is.
This is after a week.
Oh, it's doing
Oh,
well. It's doing very
doing
well.
Yeah, I can paint again and not be in pain.
It just occurs to me that last week when I told the tale of me versus the meat slicer, my microphone was muted. Well,
Oh,
it
we're not
wasn't
going to hear it
muted.
again. Oh, sorry, I'm just going to get the comfortable place. On you go. If you tell.
Yeah, because basically I used to work on in a cooked meats stand in a supermarket. You know, ham and stuff like that. And I got the big meat slicer at the back. And Mattison's bright red garlic sausage. I was slicing some up for a customer and talking. Looked down in my hand where the meat was falling, and there was red liquid. How is this possible? Looked at my hand. I sliced off a nice chunk of this finger. Then it started to hurt. Only then. So they took me next door to the chemist and poured a bottle of iodine on it. I invented new words. They then took me to hospital. Poor Becky, who drove me in a Mini. She was really worried about getting blood on the car. And then, because hospital insurance policies means a patient had to be moved by wheelchair, they wanted me to have a quick talk to somebody about a skin graft, which never happened. I've still actually got the scar for the thing here. This is from, 1984. And so they wheeled me past Becky, who thinks I'm only there for a cut finger, in a wheelchair, and she's thinking, what the hell? Oh my God, what's wrong? Yeah, so that was my sliced finger story, which is nice. Right, big finish next week. It's a bit uncertain. All right, it's a bit uncertain.
See, this is what happens. That's why I don't work in a deli.
Yeah, it's probably very wise. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure what's going to drop this week. I am hoping that the 10th Doctor, 4th Doctor story is going to drop this week.
That was later this year.
Oh, I think it's. I'm hoping it's this week.
Oh, nice.
Hoping. There's no guarantee here.
Hey, I got about 10 more models I got to paint still, so bring it on.
Okay. There's a possibility of a Benny Summerfield box set. And the 7th Doctor one, but I think that's probably going to be next month. So, where does the... Oh yeah, Out of Time 1, the 4th and the 10th. I really do think that's going to fall this week. I also think the 4th Time War box set's going to fall either this week or next. So, even though, as we're not sure, what we're going to say is, we're going to listen to the Peter Davison release 267, Thin Time and Mad Quake. Unless one of the others drops, in which case we'll listen to those instead. Certainly the Tom Baker, David Tennant one.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny, I've just realised I haven't heard any of the Big Finish David Tennant stuff. I've listened to Rose Tyler, Dimension Canon, Donna Noble, murderous. I really enjoyed them, but for some reason I haven't heard the David Tennant stuff. How very strange.
Bye, Brig.
4 a.m. again, love. Oh. See you next week, sweetheart.
He did the cameo in one that we listened to. I don't want to spoil it in case people haven't listened to it.
What's that?
Yeah, the unit one.
The Catherine Tate one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're quite right. And also, Legacy of Time. There we go. Got there. Yeah. Thin Time and Mad Quake. Thinking Jack Kirby for some reason. Oh, that was Mad Bomb. Right then, so we also watched Life on Mars, episode 3. Oh, there's trouble down Mill.
I spoke to another American today.
There's another one?
There is. Apparently there's more than one. Brian is not the only American that,
Call the pest inspectors. Call the pest inspectors.
Yeah. So Lillibut the Wonder Girl had seen the first one, and I think quite enjoys it, but hasn't watched beyond episode 1. But obviously it's been on BritBox.
Could you encourage her, please?
I will do.
I would be interested. We'll have to get her on to talk about her opinions and how Brian is wrong.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, Dave from Professor Dave Zack in Space basically said
Good podcast.
Brian is welcome to his opinion, but it's wrong.
I'm okay with that. I've been wrong before. I'm accustomed to being wrong. You forget, I have lived here in this house with 3 women. How many times do you...
What happened to the other 2, love? And is the door to the basement locked?
We had a barbecue. No, no, it's my current roommate, Jessica. We had my son's girlfriend living here for a short time. And we had a person living in our basement. She was living there for a short time.
Did she put the lotion on its skin?
I don't know. I didn't go down. I tried.
Oh, okay. Righty-ho.
But there were 3 women in the house. How often do you think I was right? I'll tell you.
There's only one in this house, and I'm never right, Brian. So yeah, I can guess.
You know exactly what I mean.
I tell a lie. There's 2 in this house, but
I'm occasionally right now.
The thing is, I don't...
Good job. That's a good idea.
Ooh, you're being manipulated. You're being manipulated.
Yes,
She's up to something. You go, Jess, you go. I don't know Eddie's wife, Angela. We've never spoken. One day we will, I hope. However,
she's camera shy.
I do agree with her. Just in general, in principle.
Just in general, it doesn't matter.
Same with Jess. I agree with Jess. I'm sorry. We girls stick together. It's the law.
We're accepting of this, and that's why we can have large cases of toys and stuff.
Although this podcast is creating an argument in my house at the moment because we're rewatching Life on Mars, and it was like, good. Can we watch the next one? No. Can't. Sorry, no. That's next week.
That's been my problem as well. I've been saying this. I've been wanting to watch the next episode of Life on Mars after we've listened to watched the last one, getting us back to Life on Mars. Oh, we really drifted off there, didn't we? That was a good drift. It was good.
Yeah.
That was nice. Yeah, I like that. Anyway, let's trouble down, Nil. One of the guys has apparently been hacked at by a knife and he's been killed dead. Is in fact a murder.
A murder?
A murder, aye.
Oh, nobody move.
But is it?
Aha. I'm not sure what the statute of limitations on the spoilers is for Life on Mars. So we'll be careful, but
15 years. We're
not
15 years old,
massively
yeah.
Careful. We'll do our best here, all right? So, of course, Manchester CID get called in, and Gene Hunt's theory is, right, first person who opens their mouth is the guilty person. And that episode's special guest star opens their mouth first. And obviously gets whipped in and eventually confesses. Sam's not happy about any of this. He's not happy.
He had a bet about this.
To the point, he had a bet on it, which was a tenner, which back in the day, a lot of money, plus a party 7. One tin of beer, which was probably disgusting, I should imagine.
I had a little sip of it when I was a child, as you do, and it was see the whole thing about opening it with screwdrivers. Perfect, yep. And it tasted disgusting.
Anything like a keg over here?
Yeah, similar. It was a 7-pinter, basically, 7-pint tin of beer.
7 pints in a tin.
Over here. Yeah.
It just looked like a big tin of beans, except it beers and beer in it.
And I'm like, why are these guys fighting over a can of beans?
What do you know about the beans?
No, you drink it. No, you drink it. I think that's...
But there's also another handy little thing going on. We're introduced to the regional crime squad, Lytton, and his men, who are
Easy toady is.
easily the rival / nemesis of Jean.
They're the foil.
Oh, very much so. And also they're used to help bring Jean and Sam closer together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Sam sticks up for Jean brilliantly, and uses all sorts of wonderful tech speak, police tech speak sort of thing, to completely befuddle the thing. And then right at the end, both Sam and Jean deck the guy at the same time, which is...
Oh, they had a brawl in the office.
Oh, didn't they just?
Both squads just going at it, and it was beautiful.
Yeah. Turns out that the thing that Litton and Co. turned up, a guy trying to fence some shotguns or old weaponry of some kind, turns out that it wasn't. They weren't wooden guns like Sam told Litton to get rid of him, and they suddenly have a bearing on this case in Manchester. This at the mill. The mill, in the future, being where Sam lives. So we ask the question, Brian. Who is Test Card Girl?
Is that the little kid?
Yeah, who comes out of the telly.
Oh, okay. I think
Is
it's
she
one
deaf?
of the nurses taking care of him in the coma.
You think, okay, that's a fair thing.
It's her as a kid.
I think
That's
the
a
Test
fair
Card Girl
answer.
was supposed to represent death.
Definitely a death image, but something that he's personified.
Yeah. That's the whole thing about close your eyes, go to sleep, relax. It was all push them to die.
Oh, it's okay.
Did you enjoy this
You don't
one
need
more?
another season.
Not at
You
all.
don't need another season. Brian doesn't need another season. You don't need another season. Just go to sleep.
How are we going to get you to drugs?
It's going to have to be.
This is an excellent idea. A selection of heavy, grade A uncut drugs. I'll make a prescription
Down
up.
for it.
Okay, this podcast does not advocate the taking of drugs.
No.
Just
Unless prescribed by a doctor.
Well, it's prescribed by a professional doctor. Yes.
but not Trump's doctor because he scares the life out of me.
No. Don't listen to Trump and don't listen to his doctors. Just listen to Fauci.
Listen to Fauci. In Fauci, you should trust.
Fauci knows. Fauci is wise.
Though these aren't the droids you're looking for. I have no idea. Right,
might
so, Eddie, what did you make of this one, seeing as Brian's a bloody waste of space on this?
No, again, it's just...
About the show. I watched the show. I just don't like the show. I'm sorry.
It's the same as every week. It's me and Angela. It's something that we were watching together. Angela's rediscovering it. We've watched it before, and it was, like I said, the only argument it causes in the house is that why can't we watch the next one now? It's the whole Jean and Sam are starting to come together. You saw it spot on. The other crime squad coming together is the kind of like fault to bring them together. There's more a bit of camaraderie now, but it's still the whole dichotomy against modern police techniques versus the old school way about using your instincts, and actually the answer's somewhere in between. The Watney's Party 7, I just remembered it's disgusting, and I remember as a kid, and it was always brought at parties, and it was the whole thing about opening up. What they didn't show you, as soon as you took the screwdrivers out, it just spluttered everywhere. It was an explosion of beer that just stank to high heaven. The Test Card Girl, death, and it was like, I'm really enjoying it. I enjoyed watching it at the time, and I'm getting so much more out of watching it again. Because just those things you always miss on first viewing and start to pick up on. But Gene Hunt shouldn't be cool, but he is. It's just so well played.
Yeah.
He should be this despicable character who's just shouldn't work, but does. And seriously, Brian, if you can stick with it, by the time you get to Ashes, you'll be sold.
I'm here for as long as it's on the show. And
I feel like I'm torturing you.
Exactly.
I want to view this as I hate it. I hate it. I can't stand it. I can't. It by the second, third season, I'll be like, what's going to happen?
Oh, I hope
Is
so.
Will he and Anna get together? But right now, I have no emotional.
So I just really, it's something we both love, and we really want you to love it as well. It's one of those weird things. It's kind of, we love it, so love it as well. God damn you!
There's no connection for me.
That's a
I'm not connecting at all with these characters. Now, if you watch John Sims in Intruders, oh, that's like a 180 from this.
Where's that on? Where are you watching it through?
Amazon.
I'm
Amazon
going to
has
look out for it.
Yeah, it's got Mira Sorvino in it. It's creepy, but oh my god, I love it. I wish they did more seasons of it.
Because outside of the goodness, the stuff that we watch as part of this, we binge watched Lucifer this week, but I need something else, so I'll maybe give that a look.
Intruders definitely is worth it.
Where's Lucifer, Eddie?
Netflix season 5.
Oh, they got the previous seasons.
They've got season 4 and 5, and all the first 3 seasons are on Amazon Prime.
Right.
So between Amazon Prime and Netflix, you can watch them all.
Okay, cool. I'm still doing Community. My rewatch of Community, enjoying that. So anyway, Life on Mars. All 3 of us think it's brilliant. Shut up, Brian. You're wrong.
Cut the mic.
Yep. I think the next episode is the one where Gene becomes the pub landlord.
Oh, right.
I hope.
Even the bartender being God?
No, the bastard. No, love. No, that was Quantum Leap.
Oh. Are we sure this bartender is not God?
No, it's the Gene Genie. Unless you're saying you think the Gene Genie is God. Is this a theory you're putting forward?
No, I'm putting forward that the bartender, the Jamaican guy.
Ah! Sorry, I didn't realise. Winston.
Yes, he might be God.
Is that
or at least a personification?
Is that a genuine theory?
Sure.
Okay. So, is Sam mad? Has he gone back in time, or is he in a coma?
I think he's still in a coma.
Okay. So, next week, be the episode 4 of Life on Mars. Shall we go into events calendar mode now?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Write this down. There'll be a test at the end. Next Wednesday at 10:30 UK time, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's our watch-along, our live watch-along, and we've reached Boomtown. Or My Dinner with the Monster. Then next Saturday evening, as I'm not feeling ill anymore. Well, we should have the role-playing game. It depends who turns up.
It's a role-playing game.
Yeah. So, 8 o'clock UK time, 3 p.m. Eastern. I know it's early, but I'm elderly. And then next Sunday, Flash and Blade podcast, 9 p.m. UK time, 5 p.m. Eastern. And that's... 4 p.m. Eastern. What am I talking about? That will be Warriors of the Deep. A big finish of some description. And episode 4 of Life on Mars. And yeah, so there we go. And I might have a car by then, which would be nice.
What's the front runner?
The front runner was going to be a Ford Focus, a 1 litre eco Ford Focus. Sinister's got one and swears by it. Unfortunately, it got sold.
Oh.
So then my second choice was a Corsa, which I didn't really want. But apparently they wanted a £1,500 deposit up front. Couldn't do that. So the current front runner is a tiny Suzuki Swift. I'm waiting to see if I can get that. After that is a Volkswagen Polo. And
Polo was my first car I bought. Was a brand new car. I had that on the road for nearly 10 years. That was a great car.
I'd love to own a brand new car. This will be the closest I've had. 'Cause I think it's about 4 years old, 4 or 5 years old.
That's
So
not bad.
that's no, it's not bad at all.
Brand new car.
My only problem was the colour of it. It's
You're
silver.
Someone else's problems.
Say that again, sorry.
With used cars, I've always viewed that you're buying someone else's problems.
That's a fair
They've
comment.
driven it, they've beaten the hell out of it. Oh, now they're selling it, and I'm buying it.
No, that's a fair comment. I've got to admit, Suzuki Swifts, they don't have the greatest reliability record. That's why I wanted a Ford. Ford are reliable, and they're so easy to buy parts for.
Exactly.
Plus, I don't know what it is about Fords. I just find them the most comfortable cars. They've got everything nice and easily done. You don't have to sit there and try and scratch your head working out how to work this, that, and the other. It's just nice. It's there. It you know. I love that my old Focus that's currently sitting on Ellen's driveway. Absolutely love that car, but it's 20 years old now. You know, enough's enough now. So I have to wait and see. Maybe I'll have to choose something older. I'll talk to them tomorrow. My only problem is it's silver.
Silver's okay.
I don't know. Silver always feels like you've just given up. You know? I remember my Nissan Micra was bright yellow, bright daffodil yellow. I love that little car. Little yellow car of joy. It was... I'll have to see what this thing's like. Maybe get some tins of paint to it.
Nothing wrong with silver. It's great in sapphire and steel.
That's true. And then there's a case of thinking up the appropriate name. It has to be a girl's name. You see, ships in the Royal Navy are she's, and the Royal Navy is the senior service, which means every other vehicle is a she.
Joanna.
No, it's got to fit the car. It just
Lumley.
has to fit the car.
Lumley. Lumley's a good name for a car. Lumley.
No, I'm not going to call it Lumley, because I have a tendency when I'm in a car, as we pass people, to say, "Hello, I'm Joanna Lumley," as I go past. That's true. You can ask Adam that one. Yeah, and Sinister. They've both been in a car with me.
Oh, I can imagine a road trip.
Well, with Adam, it can be painful. Adam's got a lot of music he can play. You see, years ago, it's very difficult to buy Adam a birthday present. You know, what do you get to the guy who has everything you can afford to get for them? You know? It gets tricky. So I ended up starting to buy daft things for him. For example, the James Bond... the Secret Service Orchestra plays the themes from James Bond.
Is there such a thing?
Yeah.
A Secret Service Orchestra?
Yeah. And it is as bad... It is as bad as you can possibly imagine. Or the ballads of Sergeant Benton. The thing released by John Levine.
Oh, the funniest thing I've ever listened to, it was an American orchestra, school orchestra, playing the theme music to the 2001 A Space Odyssey. The Ric Flair, do. Oh, I'm going to look it up, post it. It's just hilarious.
Have you ever heard of the Portsmouth Symphonium?
No.
Portsmouth Symphonium. You need to put that into YouTube. Their one qualification for joining the orchestra was that when you learnt to play the instrument, you quit.
I'm on it. Portsmouth. I'm Googling
Their version of Also Spac Zarathustra has to be heard to be believed.
Did you guys watch the last Olympics in Crimea or wherever with the Russian police choir singing Lucky?
No.
Oh, you did. Bring this up on YouTube. Russian police choir.
Okay. All right. And they're singing something called Lucky. Not I should be so lucky, just...
No. It's Lucky. It's...
You see, this is why I'm missing Dominic. In case you're wondering, Dominic should be with us next week with luck.
Get Lucky is the name of it.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, Dom's dealing with some issues at the moment. We wish him all our love, and he'll, with luck, will be back with us next week. Oh God, what a thing to come back to! Warriors on the Deep.
You picked it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's glorious. I'm on the Portsmouth Symphonia website, and it's the world's worst, a guide to the Portsmouth Symphonia. And it's it's a woman listening to them play their music, just in absolute sheer. I'm on it.
Yeah, you
Thank
need to
you.
be. You need to be. Angela's going to kill me. All right.
Russian police covered Daft Punk. All I'm saying.
Oh, come on, that's just your basic SWAT gear for riots.
No. I posted it in the chat. You'll thank me for it.
Okay, this is good. You posted a link in Twitch chat, yeah?
No, in our chat.
Oh, right, okay. I was going to say, because links in Twitch chat. I've got to work out moderator status for you on this. Thing is, I have no idea how Twitch works, so there we go. We will indeed talk about a fundraiser for Scottish Autism. That's, that's going to be a happening thing. We've just got to work out the format, the hows, wheres, and why.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
That'd be really appreciated, because, like I said, these are people that are just lovely people. They're not in it for the money.
I'm
There's no
just
money in
worried
this.
that. I'm honestly worried we won't raise much, to be honest.
If it's a tenner, anything we put in our coffers is acceptable. I mean, anything. And like I said, next year, if we ever do get a vaccine for this and stuff like that, I'm doing the West Highland Way, and I'm going to kill myself probably doing it.
So hang on, we could start off with the RPG on the Saturday night, and then go through to the end of the Flashing Blade. So it's just over 24 hours.
Yeah. We could finish up with the Flashing Blade. Do you like, what, video games, a City of Heroes run?
Well, we'd have to get Eddie all sorted out with that sort of thing.
It's not too hard.
No,
Are you
okay,
happy to
that's-
game? Yeah. We'll make sure it's all free shit, don't worry. You have to pay
No,
anything.
I'm happy to game. I will be bad, but yeah, I'll take part.
I think it'd be quite fun introducing you two to World of Tanks.
Oh, God.
World of Tanks and World of Warships. I'm going to enjoy it because I'll have actual teammates to play with. And of course it'll be low-level stuff. So I can seal club whilst you lot gain lots of experience because of it. This is starting to sound nice.
This is growing my arms and legs. Good.
Yeah. Dear.
Just remember, we have to put ourselves and the games up on Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
people
Yeah. Oh, the whole thing will be streamed. I've got to persuade you two to buy Bridge Crew, Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Yeah.
Because
Marvel, either or.
that's a
Marvel's
good
not-
one. Plus, if I can contact Scotchbox, who streams Star Trek Bridge Crew a lot, these are fascinating stuff he comes out with. This virtual reality / augmented reality thing he's got, which it's experimental, using a Kinect plus whatever his VR is, and it's anyway. I'm going to ask him to sort of give a shout out.
Sorry.
What's the matter?
Sorry. I shouldn't have started it. I'm listening to the school orchestra play 2001: A Space Odyssey again. Just throws me off.
It's okay. I've had Get Lucky playing in the background throughout the entire.
I'll put it in chat afterwards. Maybe just me.
Hang on.
I want to be as funky as these guys when I grow up.
Right.
Oh.
There we go.
I shouldn't have started.
There we go. I think it's very unfair of us to do this without actually letting the stream know. So, at the risk of a copyright strike, here's the Portsmouth Symphonia with Also Sprach Zarathustra. May God have mercy on your souls.
I'm okay. God. It's the official video.
I needed that.
Hi.
Oh, the pain, the pain.
My favorite thing is this is like the evening, middle of the day for us. Imagine us at like 3 a.m. when we're doing this challenge.
Stop it!
I'm going to come off.
Okay,
They're my new favourite band.
I'm good here. We're good. This is
I'm
fine.
going to blow my nose.
This is fine. We're all fine here.
I think it's fair to say the show's taken a peculiar turn. They had hits in the charts. I am serious. They had top 40 hits.
If they're doing a Zoom concert, I'm going.
2 secs.
Oh, I need a handkerchief.
I'm okay. We're good. I'm back. Okay. It's okay.
Oh.
It's okay.
Normal service will be resumed shortly.
We're fine here. How are
Oh
you?
dear. Answering Radox the Green's question, how would algorithms recognise that for a copyright strike? They would. We had a copyright strike on our Prisoner watch along, live watch along for. Yeah, there's a bit right at the end where the prisoner basically sees himself on the screen going, "I will not be pushed, file stamped, briefed, debriefed, or numbered." It takes the mask off, and all he hears, I. And for some reason, that became a copyright strike. I've disputed it and said it's spurious, but all they have to do is just ignore what I've said, and they'll automatically get the win. So, yeah. So, like I say, if you ever see adverts on these things, it's not because of me. It's because I've used other people's stuff without asking first. So there we go. Well, they get their due. If they claim it, they get their due. But it just annoys me sometimes when there's a lot of people who try it on, quite frankly. So, yeah. There we go. That was cheerful to end on. I think I've recovered from that.
Just about.
Just listen to the song I posted in.
Yeah, I will do. I'm not going to do it live now. I think we've risked sanity enough as it is, let alone the YouTube algorithms. All right, let's see if I can get this to work. It's bloody well not going to, you know. All right, we'll do it that way. Right, say goodbye, boys.
Bye, boys.
Hi, boys.
Bye. Oh, that's interesting.
You've got to fight for what you want.
That's very peculiar.
All that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want. To live the
Sing along
way
at home.
we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.
So, the closing credits didn't work then, did they? See you next